$29 billion. That's how much money is about to change hands in a single day on the Nasdaq. It's not some Silicon Valley unicorn, it's not a crypto company. It's a memory chip maker from South Korea that most Americans have barely heard of until recently. But here's the thing. If you own an iPhone, or use Google, or ever ask ChatGPT a question, you've already used their technology. SK Hynix is the world's dominant supplier of high-bandwidth memory chips, the superfuel that powers AI systems built by NVIDIA and Google. They control close to 60% of the global HBM market. On July 10th, 2026, they're listing on the Nasdaq. This is set to be the largest ADR offering in history, surpassing even Alibaba's record $25 billion IPO in 2014. Only SpaceX's IPO last month was bigger globally. Here's the part that should make you nervous or very excited. Wall Street is already circling. 3 major investors have signaled they want to buy $7 billion worth before trading even starts in the US. Over in Korea, where SK Hynix stock is already listed, it's up nearly 700% over the past 12 months, even after a sharp pullback. So why is a $1 trillion Korean chip giant listing on the Nasdaq? Is this just another corporate cash grab? What is the Korea discount? And why are some of the world's smartest money managers already lining up to buy $7 billion worth of the stock? These are some of the questions we'll try to answer in this video. Because this isn't an ordinary IPO, it is a signal, a warning, or maybe an opportunity. But first, we need to break down what SK Hynix really does and how it is the unsung hero of AI. For those unfamiliar, SK Hynix isn't just any chip maker. They are one of the world's leading manufacturers of memory chips, specifically high bandwidth memory, or HBM. Think of HBM as the super fast, high octane fuel that powers AI processors. Without it, the AI models today simply wouldn't exist. They hold close to 60% market share in HBM, making them an indispensable partner to companies like NVIDIA and AMD. They rely on SK Hynix to supply the memory for their next-generation AI chips. Their chips are literally the brains behind the brains of AI. Now, here's where it gets interesting for regular people like us. This IPO is not a typical kind like the SpaceX mega IPO we just had. SK Hynix is creating American Depositary Receipts, or ADRs. This is a way for foreign companies to list on US exchanges without going through the full process of a US IPO. Each ADR represents a fraction of the Korean common share that is already listed on the Korean Stock Exchange since the 1990s. If you want to know more about the crazy Korean stock market volatility, check out the video we made in the link below. Anyway, for this SK Hynix IPO, 10 ADRs correspond to 1 common share. The company will be issuing 17.79 million new shares through this ADR listing. The stock will trade on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker SKHY. And immediately, because SK Hynix is listing on the Nasdaq, US investors, including your retirement funds, ETFs, 401ks, retail brokerage accounts, can now easily buy in. So why hasn't this happened sooner? More importantly, why has such a dominant company been trading at a discount to memory makers listed in the US for so long? That brings us to the Korea discount. Here's the mystery that has puzzled even veterans on Wall Street for years. Despite its technological dominance, SK Hynix has historically traded at a lower valuation than its American rivals, like Micron Technology, SanDisk, and Western Digital. It's a phenomenon known as the Korea discount. For years, South Korean companies, despite their global leadership, have often traded at lower valuations compared to their international peers. It's a complex cocktail of factors: corporate governance concerns, geopolitical risks, and simply a lack of accessibility for global investors. Here are some numbers to illustrate this Korea discount. SK Hynix trades at about 7.8 times forward earnings on the Korean Stock Exchange. Micron is valued at 9.2 times, and SanDisk at 10.1 times. Over the past 13 years, Micron has traded at an average 35% premium to SK Hynix. That's not because Micron is a better company, it's because US investors simply couldn't easily buy SK Hynix shares. Despite this discount, SK Hynix is projected to deliver $144 billion in net income in 2026 and $232 billion in revenue. That's a 375% year-on-year increase in net profit. The company's most recent first quarter, revenue hit a record high of about $36 billion. Their stock has rallied nearly 700% in the past 12 months. Net profits for that quarter also hit a record $27.5 billion, which is a 76% net profit margin. For comparison, Micron's net profit margin is only 68%. So you have a company that is absolutely crushing it. SK Hynix is insanely profitable, yet trading at a discount to its American peers. And SK Hynix management knows this. The question is, what are they going to do about it? Which brings us to where we are right now. The valuation gap. SK Hynix isn't content to stay in the shadows. They're seeking to list on the Nasdaq. This isn't just a routine financial maneuver. It's a strategic move to tap into the vast pool of US and global institutional investors who were previously restricted from buying shares on the Korean exchange. Getting access to buy stocks in South Korea is a nightmare for regular people. You have to go through a special government registration. You often need to open a local bank account, which requires a residential address, phone number, and all that. For big Wall Street funds, it's not simple either. Funds need to register for a foreign investor ID, lots of paperwork, lots of red tape, and someone would need to stay up through the night to trade the market. That's part of the reason why the stock has been trading at a discount for over a decade. By listing ADRs, SK Hynix aims to bridge that valuation gap, allowing Wall Street to finally recognize its true worth. So what does Wall Street think? Analysts are largely bullish. HSBC raised their price target by 38%, saying the ADR listing could lift valuation by 20%. Narrowing the valuation gap with Micron. Other buy-side firms sees 30% upside for the Korean shares and about 45% for the ADR if SK Hynix's forward earnings multiple matches Micron's. Samsung Securities maintained a buy rating with a target price of 3.5 million won for the Korean shares. They expect the ADR listing to create a pull-up effect on the KOSPI listed share price through arbitrage. But there's one technical detail that could make or break this whole thing. Fungibility. This deals with whether investors can easily convert their US-listed ADRs into Korean shares, and vice versa. It's not as important for us retail investors, but if SK Hynix really wants to close the valuation gap, they need market makers that can arbitrage between the ADRs and Korean shares. Here's what we know. The new shares are scheduled to be additionally listed on the KOSPI on August 29th, more than a full month after the ADR lists. The ADR will be interchangeable with the underlying Korea-listed shares at a conversion ratio of 0.1 up to a limit of 17.79 million shares. If the ADR trades at a premium to the Korean shares, market makers can step in to perform an arbitrage, buying the cheaper Korean shares, converting them, and selling the ADRs for a profit. This could pull up the Korean share price. But the catch is, whether conversions will be freely permitted remains somewhat unclear. And if there are restrictions, the valuation gap might not narrow. So we've got massive demand, bullish analysts, but also technical uncertainty. Which brings us to the final problem. The $29 billion question. What happens when this many shares hit the market at once? This isn't just a normal IPO. SK Hynix is already a $1 trillion company. They've surpassed Samsung to become South Korea's most valuable listed company, and now they're flooding the US market with $29 billion worth of new shares. That's a lot of supply, and supply can push prices down. The counter-argument is that demand is absolutely insane. Three cornerstone investors, Bailey Gifford, Cotu Management, and Situational Awareness, have already signaled they want to buy a combined $7 billion worth of shares. That's 25% of the entire offering locked up before trading even starts. Why? Because SK Hynix is operating at the tightest point in the AI supply chain. They're the dominant supplier of the memory chips that make AI work. And there's more. Analysts are estimating that once SK Hynix lists on the Nasdaq, it could trigger hundreds of millions in additional demand just from ETFs that track semiconductor indexes. Because once you're on a US exchange, you get included in US index funds. And that means passive money. Billions that just automatically buys whatever's in the index. But, and this is a big but, the company actually trimmed its fundraising target from about $29.7 billion to roughly $28 billion. Why? Because SK Hynix's stock price slid about 12% in early July. Even the AI darling isn't immune to market volatility. And there are cautious voices. Ed O'Gorman, CEO of asset management firm River Wealth Advisors, warned that investors are taking the risk of stepping into a potential speculative bubble. We've already seen the AI trade starting to crack. The semiconductor index isn't making new highs anymore. The Korean stock market is seeing volatility like never before and hitting circuit breakers. And $29 billion of stock is hitting the market this week. This is the moment where everything hangs in the balance. So what does this mean for you? Let's bring all of this together. The bottom line is SK Hynix is a world-class company riding the biggest wave in tech since the internet. They control close to 60% of the HBM market. They're projected to deliver $144 billion in net income in 2026. And the ADR listing makes them accessible to everyday investors in a way they never were before. But don't get swept up in the hype. Do your own research. Understand the risks. And remember, even the best companies can have bad days. SK Hynix might be a great company, but global memory supply and prices are notoriously cyclical. There are booms in demand that lifts prices. But when everyone starts building manufacturing capacity, eventually oversupply comes and prices crash. Memory makers end up selling chips at a loss. This listing is a milestone. It's a story about the future of AI and the global memory cycle. So ask yourself, are we nearing the oversupply stage of the cycle, or are we still at the huge demand growth phase? If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more deep dives into the biggest stories in finance and business. Leave a comment below. Are you buying into the AI chip boom, or are you sitting this one out? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.